as we return to the world of Fallout, a shoddy-looking gentleman is sitting on the roof of a building. He's wearing some overalls that are very weather-beaten, and the right leg is missing, which is fine because his right leg is missing. He's sitting in a fold-out lawn chair that is, the fabric strips are frayed and ready to give way at any moment. And he's got some kind of a pipe rifle. Looks like he's got a cobbled together scope on it. And he's looking out across the wasted city of St. Louis. The sun is rising. Continuing to rise, as it were. And not too long ago, he kind of perked up and was listening because he thought he heard gunshots. Several gunshots, single shots from some larger rifle, a couple of bursts from probably a small automatic pistol. You heard a dog yelping, whining, and someone yelling about fighting 6 raiders, 10 raiders, 15. There's not that many broken skulls around here. And as he picks up his rifle and looks down over the little muddy, the last remnants of the Mississippi River, he shrugs. Nothing he can do about it. Probably more survivors fighting, dying, like always. And he kind of waves away kind of a large gnat. Nothing dangerous, but easily the size of his head. As it flies off and down into the ruins. Before long, that gnat flies in front of a survivor who's dragging his dog by its collar away from a hulking mirelurk halfway up a ruined building. And it skits away from that and flies down just past a Mr. Gutsy robot and a super mutant who are approaching a ruined old courthouse as 2 smoking machine gun turrets lay wrecked, and into a building where a vault dweller has just put down a mole rat, and circling around once more into a building where we find Nitsul, another survivor, who is facing a mole rat. It's just not 6 raiders, not 10, not 15, just a mole rat that's been trying to chomp on him for a little while now. And the gnat kind of buzzes in front of your face, Nitsul. Again, it's about the size of your head. Nothing terribly dangerous, though. You've seen these before. You can wave it away. As we pick up again, right in the middle of combat, and you having to deal with this mole rat.
And Mirelurk.
For the record, I told you it was only 6 damage on the dog, not 8.
You did? Yeah.
I did say.
Yeah. Last session they said the dog was dead, but no, he's not.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's not dead.
He's still hurt,
damage,
though.
Not 8.
Yeah.
He is hurt.
And you asked us to remind you at the start of the session that we didn't do Nitsul's shot at the end of the last turn.
Right, which is why we're starting with Nitsul.
So, thinking to myself, not even thinking, I'll even speak to him. Oh, you are going to make a tasty treat for my good friend, Big Jim. Because I hear Big Jim gets hungry after fighting. Oh,
maybe for you too. Mole rat chunks is good eating.
Yeah.
Could be. And I'm guessing I roll the 220 dice.
Yeah, so you're going to start with 2d20. You guys don't have any AP, but if you would like to give me an AP, you can take a third d20. That's certainly up to you.
Yeah, it's just 6 raiders. I am able to handle these. No need
so yeah, let's roll your 2d20.
Oh, so that is 2 successes, I believe.
Looks like a pretty decent start.
It is a 9. So it is 2 successes. My target number is 9.
Okay.
I believe it's
so
9.
You generate an AP. You can add that to your damage, or you can bank it.
Okay. I think for this mole rat, have I heard him already? Maybe
it is. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we'll bank it for now. And as it is on my chest, it's kind of close. It's kind of almost like a point blank shot because it's currently its teeth is embedded in my chest, and I'm kind of trying to shoot it in such a way that I don't hit my arm. Like,
sure,
I gotta go off anyways. And so I guess I roll
your damage in the d6s and roll that hit location die too to see where you hit it.
Damage rating is 3. So we will roll 3 dice and 1 hit location dice. I'm assuming, all right, yeah. Okay, let's see.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Headshot.
Mm-hmm.
Does the weapon you're using have any effects? Is it piercing or anything like that? Because you did roll an effect.
The damage effect is burst. And it is close quarter, reliable, and inaccurate.
Yeah.
Reminder, we forgot to do it last time as well. See if you're just shooting and not moving, you can use a minor action to take aim.
That's true. So keep that in mind in the future. If you want to use your minor action to take aim, that lets you re-roll one of the d20s.
Yeah, I think I need to keep my minor
Strain
action.
used that a bit. Is that an additional die of damage? Is that right, Strain?
I don't need to get the starter kit rolled up again. I can't remember.
I got it right here. I'll find it. So yeah, doing a point of damage. Unfortunately, your bullet manages to strike the mole rat, but man, it's kind of terrifying. It doesn't hit it dead on. It's almost like it ricochets just off of one of the kind of disgusting folds of this naked mole rat skin, and doesn't appear to penetrate.
Well, I mean, it was done on purpose. I'm trying to knock it unconscious, obviously. I want to maintain the integrity of the meat for Big Jim. I'm not trying to ruin it too much.
All right, so that, I believe, brings us to the top of the turn order, which is still populated. Awesome. Is Derek.
Right.
Derek is our quick boy.
I am quickie boy. So when I get out, because I killed the rat up here, didn't I?
You did.
So can I get out here and have quite a bit of movement left?
So where are you trying to go?
Well, I'm not going to see this rat that fighting. I'm not going to see the Mirelurk that Stabby's fighting.
No.
What exactly is in front of Big Jim? He's just going...
Big Jim's just moved up to the rear door of the courthouse. And you see, as you come out onto this side street, you see 2 smoking piles of metal wreckage.
Would I have enough movement to go through here to this other side?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a... I want to do a roll for that to get through, because you are kind of just peeling through rubble and debris, as it were.
Sneak and agility?
No, not sneak. I think we're going to make that athletics and strength. We'll do athletics, but I'll give you agility, because you are just kind of ruinscaping parkour.
So agility and athletics. So if it's untagged and I've got no rank, it's got a 0. So it's just agility then?
So it's just agility, yeah.
Right, okay, so I want under 9.
Look at that. You got a success. So as you kind of find an opening and pull yourself into it. I don't know if you say parkour while you're performing these moves. I don't know if maybe you saw a particular episode of an old show while you were in the vault.
Unfortunately, the timeline split in 1955, and there is no The Office US version.
It's not The Office; it's the warehouse. There was still a scene where people were saying parkour.
Yeah, somebody did it in something. Some really funny guy.
Right. So yeah, you managed to get through to that other side street, and you can see kind of opening up before you, and we had it up on the screen before. It's actually on the main splash screen for the stream as well. But this area here is again just kind of an open wasteland of looks like firefights and wreckage, and anybody who's been trying to get to Gateway City has been kind of stymied in this location by the raiders. I want you to go ahead and give me a perception awareness test. Is there awareness? I really need to try to memorize the skill list. Huh?
Perception is 9. There's no awareness. We have
survival. Actually, is your awareness skill. So perception, survival.
So it's just perception. So 9. I want. Oh, geez. Do we have any AP to... I could use a luck point to reroll one. Is the 20 a crit fumble, though?
It is. Are you going to reroll that one?
Yeah, can I reroll that one with, I guess, after you use a luck point? We don't have AP, do we?
There's one AP over there, yeah.
Oh, does the guys mind if I use that AP?
Go for it.
I'm going to use that AP to reroll one, if you don't mind, troops. Because that was a 20.
That's better.
Oh, that succeeds.
Needed 9.
And a good thing, too, because what you can see is several people in kind of red, stained, maybe paint, but maybe something else. Scraps of leather and metal, and they look like they're all holding hand weapons. But there are 4 of them. I'm over there in a second. If I can select them all, let's do it. There we go. Yeah, let's take you.
I rather had them holding hands instead of hand weapons.
So,
and they are kind of coming out of the rear.
Okay.
Or what is the rear towards Gateway City of the courthouse?
I'm guessing the movement would be my major action. Is duck under cover a minor action? Have I got enough left to get some cover?
I'll let you throw yourself to the ground. Sure.
Okay. Cover.
Eat.
Yeah,
they were all going to get an attack on you if you noticed them, especially with the 20.
So I moved and did cover. So that's me.
Yeah, you're done. So that's Churchill, you and Big Jim definitely cleared those machine gun turrets. You heard with your magnificent sensors, top of the line sensing units.
Oh,
you heard what was clearly a dog's cry of pain. And you do seem to remember one of the meat bags that you're traveling with had some kind of a dog companion. And then you also heard the weird one, Mitsul, you think his name is, hollering about 6 raiders, 10 raiders that he's fighting in a building off to your left. What are you doing?
Careful what you wish for, Mitsul, man.
Big Jim, wait for me. Wait for me. I'll move up to here, and do I see these guys if I get up next to Big Jim?
If you're kind of moving to the side of the building there, yeah, why don't you give me a perception survival test?
Perception.
Your perception might be pretty decent, eh?
No, failed. I don't see them.
Yeah, you don't see the separate numbers anymore in the bar.
Yeah, because I hurried to get it together. It's fine. As long as we can see the dice results, it's fine. You can actually, in the dice tray, if you click on the little small representations of the dice on the screen, it'll show you. Oh, and it's deleting the dice quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to keep the history.
Hang on, I got that. That's easily fixed. Never. No. Will fade after 15 seconds. Remove. Never.
That's right. It was a critical success. Prove it wasn't. Oh, you just did.
Right.
You just did.
So yeah, if you click like Churchill's panel there, if you click on the dice, it'll show you what each individual die rolled.
Big Jim, are you going in? Okie dokie. I'll just stay alongside Big Jim.
Gotcha. Okay. So, that will bring us to Big Jim. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. My arm's dead.
There was a big cat on her.
I don't think Big Jim probably would have heard any of the other commotion because he was trying to be intimidating and hitting stuff and, just walking around being a menace. So we're just going to continue on the current path, I think.
So you made it up to the doors. Do you want to try the doors?
I mean, when you say try, do you mean try and open them like normal people? Or
yeah. Or do you want to try and bash them open like a super mutant? Whatever you want to do.
I think.
I'm gonna
just walk.
Yeah, just gonna. Well, my original thought was like chucking stuff at them to knock, but like normally that doors would have broke it. Like I would have hit and doors might have broke. So yeah, it's probably just like pushing them open with however amount of force is necessary.
Sure. So you put your big ham hocks of hands on the doors, and they're big double doors. It's possible they might open inward. They might also open outward. I don't know, but they're not giving. And you plant one of your feet and push a little bit harder, and they're not giving. Either they don't open that way. They're barred. They're blocked. Something. That's pushing, though. Would you like to try pulling them?
Yeah.
Okay.
After pure frustration of they're not moving, and then it's literally the realization dawns, like, whatever, try and do this.
So yeah, if you pull on them, they're locked.
Okay.
Now, whether or not you have the strength to open them, would you like to make a roll?
Yes,
Put your back into it.
Give it a go.
That'll be strength and athletics.
Big Jim has a lockpick. It's called.
Right.
So
Let's pick the lock, smashing it out.
Oh damn! No.
It's past for you. Yeah.
No. Yep. 13.
Okay. 13's still big, but yeah, not quite.
Yeah.
So yeah, you try and just rip them open, and they're not giving way. Somehow, some reason, some way, these are very, very sturdy doors. And that's your action. So we're gonna move on to the Mirelurk. As Stabby is pulling Husky away from the Mirelurk, Stabby, you're close enough that you probably hear this. It starts off as kind of a clicking, and then it turns into this, like, I'm not going to try and emulate it, but kind of a high-pitched whine that rises in pitch until it's outside of your range of hearing. But you notice that Husky is very aware of it as well, as even in his wounded state, or her, I think we said.
His.
Oh, his. Okay. Even in his wounded state, he kind of, his head like moves over. So yeah, something's going on, but it's not pursuing you. It is just standing in place. Think of like any kind of large creature that you've come into its territory, and you're backing off, and it's standing there and it's ready, but it's not pursuing you.
But I would notice ears pointed up, tail straight back, and teeth showing?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's hard to see. Its face is very, very small.
Well, that's because it's a little mini on the map, but... But yeah,
So-
that would tell me enough to... Am I able to get out without passing the Mirelurk that is still in view?
Oh, yeah, no, you're able to back out and get down the building. Like, it wasn't there until you got to this floor and moved towards the edge where you were going to take a sniper position that you disturbed it. So, like,
Well,
you
then
can
I am
back out
gonna
the way
go
you came.
out
Okay?
with Husky, taking Husky with me.
Sure, after you started pulling him away from the Mirelurk, you realize that he is capable of moving on his own. So, yeah.
Yeah. Because I clearly notice. I would say I have traveled with Husky long enough to know the body languages of this dog
Oh, sure.
with danger and stuff like that. So I'm like, let's get out of here. Would I, when I'm standing here, would I see the group of raiders on the other side? Still have a little bit of a cover.
So I'm going to say that you were up a couple of floors. It's going to take your action to get down to the alley, the side street there. So I'm not going to say that you're going to have a chance to get to the corner and kind of peek around. You probably see Churchill once you come out onto the street, the side street. But as far as seeing down in that direction, no, you're not able to get to a position to see that quite yet. And that brings us to Nitsul.
Well, am I able to say something to Churchill?
Sure.
Churchill, got any healing capabilities without taking my organs?
Churchill can respond very quickly.
Yes, sir. If you come down here, I'll chop off your arms. That'll make it better. Less
No, it
blood
won't.
going to injured areas.
Oh, that's actually a really good point. I mean, you
Cool.
would be using, as long as you were able to cauterize the stumps.
It's got to say cauterize the wounds.
Yeah, that definitely would cut down on blood loss. So yeah,
I
Nitsul
would be
gets
able
down
to.
to the
He
street.
cuts off my arm. I take the stump underneath his engine.
Right. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
Thruster for sure. Yeah, I never thought about that.
But yeah, not gonna
so-
do that.
Yeah.
Nitsul, you are still facing down these 6 raiders.
I
in this
know, and
building.
it's, but no, it looks like they're running away. Like the yellow belly, you're running away, you yellow belly, bang bang. And I'm gonna this time fire 2 shots because I have a burst of 4. I'm gonna burn 2 as if I'm like saying, okay, you got,
Sure.
you're running away. I'm gonna get you. What is the
Keep track of that
mechanical
ammo.
advantage for a fire rate?
So
of
when
4?
you fire up to your fire rate is 4, right? You've got an auto 10 mil. So you're gonna make a basic attack, right? 2d20. Provided you hit, so you don't have to decide before you shoot. Provided you hit, you can spend 3 additional bullets to do 3 additional dice of damage.
Okay, so then that's probably better. That okay.
That's the concentrated fire one that I've got.
Well, no, that anybody can do that. Concentrated fire gives you the ability to re-roll some of those dice.
Right.
Right.
And so I have a single success.
Okay, so that hits.
Yeah.
So now you decide. Do you want to unload?
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll no, I'm just gonna do an extra single bullet. I mean, this
Okay,
game is,
so that'll give you 1 extra damage die.
yeah.
So you're up to 4.
Okay.
Left leg, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5.
5 damage, left leg.
Oh, wow! Look at
Yeah.
that.
We've got a new icon on the effect. Look,
That's
the Pip Boy.
Yeah.
It's
geez.
cool.
All right. So you definitely managed to hit this time, and it's a pretty solid strike to its left leg. You did, unfortunately, not quite hit the critical threshold, because although you did roll 5 damage, you've kind of figured out that this mole rat has a bit of armor, as it were. So it is still active, but as you should now be able to see with but a sliver of its health. Would you like to say anything to finish that round?
Yeah, of course. That's right. Run away. You're lucky that you didn't get to tangle with Stabby. Stabby wouldn't be so kind to let you run away. He'd stab you all and kill you. He's out there.
Speaking of, so yeah, Stabby, you've very much definitely heard a double shot, a double tap from the building to your right. And that, surprise, surprise, brings us to Stabby and Husky.
So Stabby.
So yeah, what do I see? Do I see those guys when I walk to the side of the building?
Which way are you going? Like, move first if you're gonna move.
Well, I was planning on moving a little bit to the side because I know how this is. I've heard
taking some cover. Sure.
Yeah, I've heard shooting there. Well, even though when I was in the building.
No, you haven't heard shooting from over that direction. You've heard shooting from over here.
Yeah, but before that, I heard from there. I don't know if they destroyed
all the
those
shooting
turrets.
was here, and way over here. You've heard nothing from this direction.
No, but I heard here because I don't know if they have already destroyed the turrets.
They were shooting the
you
turrets.
can see the smoking remains of the turrets.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, if you move up to the corner of this building and try to take a little bit of cover, or are you changing your mind?
Well, do I see this?
No, that's inside the ruined building.
Yeah. Well, the
Again,
way I heard
keep in mind with the distances here, they're probably a good 30 to 40 yards away from you.
Yeah, but if I've heard what Nitzel was screaming, I would be like, oh, he's okay.
Oh, okay.
And then
fair enough.
I never go around a corner without peeking because this is the wasteland.
So peeking around the corner, go ahead and give me a perception and survival test.
Let's see. That's the rank plus the perception.
Plus your survival, yes.
That would be an 8.
And if the tag skill, crit is 3 successes rather than 2, isn't it?
No, like if it's a tag skill, if you roll under the level of your skill, then it counts as 2 successes.
Then it's
instead of just 1. Neither of those look successful, though.
Nope, that means you gain an ability point.
True. Boy, man, I really should start using some of these, shouldn't I?
No, that's fine. Just keep them.
I have so many. Thank you.
Yeah. It's in our.
So I will tell you do see some movement from over here, but it is far enough, and there's enough ruin and rubble and whatnot that you can't quite make it out.
Then I'm gonna move towards Big Jim and Churchill.
Okay, crossing the street. Yeah, that's fair. Cool. So Stabby moves with you, obviously. Boy, that moves us down to this remaining mole rat. So this mole rat is going to do what mole rat do.
Dig.
And you see it kind of leap up, Jake, but instead of coming at you, it instead kind of takes a nosedive into the rubble and it starts burrowing.
Oh. And
it is gone.
Yeah.
And dies horribly from botulism later on. That's right, you raiders! Run away, you yellow-bellied cowards!
Botulism from biting you?
Exactly.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
Apparently, my organs aren't very good, which is a big concern for me. I've been diagnosed.
It's a bigger problem for Churchill.
Eric.
Derek is wondering, can I nip like through a window and get like a window view of those guys so that I've got 90% cover and get a shot in a round?
In that building, sure.
I'm right next to it, so
it's going to be from this building to kind of where they are. Keep in mind, this is not a simple square base map. This is going to be like medium range. And if I recall correctly, your pistol's short range.
Okay, what about here then? In cover.
Now, if you want to move up there and grab some cover, yeah, you could potentially do it kind of at the side of the courthouse. Obviously not inside it because there's no real way that you can see to get in. In fact, looking at that side of the courthouse,
75% cover kind of behind the wall.
Sure, you just want to move to where you can get into range. Sure, yeah, I get it.
In range, but mostly behind the wall, so peeking out.
Yeah, so you can have cover, absolutely. It should be noted, though, that you can see that on this side of the courthouse, anything that might have been an opening, and there were probably some holes in the walls and whatnot that were large enough, they've all been barricaded pretty expertly, in fact. And it's not just like stacking up stuff. It looks like they actually went out and got some corrugated steel and some wood and just really barricaded this place up.
Can I make some sort of stealthy roll to get from there to there unseen by these guys?
Well, if you want to do that, that's going to be your action. If you want to just move to where you are.
Okay, no, I'm just dashing across then.
Okay.
I want a shot.
So in that case, I am going to give them an attempt at seeing you.
Right.
And they do not.
Nice.
So, I do have a lot of AP, though.
Shh. You
know what? I'm going to spend some AP.
Use it.
No.
I'm using it.
No.
You need those caps. They're worth a lot.
I'm re-rolling both.
I hope you fail again.
We'll see. I did. So, all right. So you make it to cover. They don't see you.
Good.
What do you want to do?
I am going to shoot this guy in the and is it in the back?
Okay, so you've got the drop on him, which essentially drops the difficulty of shooting him to 0.
Right.
You're going to hit him, and you're going to do base damage.
So
now the question is, hang on. The question is, do you want to roll to have the possibility of earning some AP, but also the chance of having a crit fail? Or do you just want to take the free attack on one of them?
Can I have the free attack and still use my perk where I can do concentrated fire and use more bullets?
You can.
Bang, bang,
if
bang.
you use your fire rate, your fire rate's only 2, but
but
by using that one additional bullet, you will be able. Well, you can potentially re-roll 3 dice. You're not getting 3 dice.
Yeah, potentially re-roll 3 dice. So I can use.
Yeah, you can do that. Which one do you want to hit? This one?
I can use 3 bullets on them. They'll automatic. It's an automatic kill. I get the.
No. You'll use one extra bullet.
One extra bullet, yeah.
And you'll basically get 5 damage dice, right? Because your base damage is 4, correct?
Yep.
So you're going to get 5 damage dice, and you can potentially re-roll 3 of those if you use your concentrated fire, if you want. You need to get yourself an automatic pistol. That's when that really shines.
Yeah, so I am going to be rolling. So just roll 2d20 to start with, yeah?
Yep. Oh, no. You hit. You just need to roll your 5 damage dice. Unless you want to take the chance and roll the d20s and get a crit fail.
Nah, I roll 5 and then... Do I roll more? I'm using an extra bullet, so that's the 5, yeah, because it's normally 4.
5.
So the extra bullet is the 5. Yep.
Uh-huh.
And then
so
I can
plus
possibly
hit location.
Yeah. Hit location. Larry, that's not great. So I can re-roll 3 blanks.
You can re-roll the 3 blanks.
So I've got
right leg.
I've got right leg and 2 hits.
And an effect, which isn't anything on the basic.
Isn't anything on that weapon. So I've got 2. Was it 2?
Just roll 3 more damage dice.
Yeah. Come on. 2 more.
Look at that. Okay, 2 more. Excellent. So right leg on these gentlemen. Let me double check and make sure. I don't know why I'm calling them gentlemen. They're not gentlemen. That does cost you 2 bullets. That is correct.
Sweet.
And no armor on the legs. They are top heavy.
Nice.
So you're going to do your full 4 points of damage on
Nice.
that guy. Please.
Do we have any action points?
You
No.
guys don't have any, no.
And what's a luck point do here? Just give me an extra damage dice.
No, luck is add a detail to a scene, use your luck attribute for a skill test, re-roll 1d20 or 3 damage dice per luck spent.
There's no point in
but you already did a reroll,
re-rolled.
so yeah.
No
You
worries.
can't add anything with luck.
Yeah. If I'd failed on that, if it had got nothing after even my reroll, I could have used luck to
You could've.
reroll 3 more. Yeah, okay.
So, Churchill, you have now heard gunfire kind of directly across from you on the other side of the courthouse.
I have. I'm going to turn to Stabby. Ah, Mr. Stabby, you've come for treatment. Dr. Churchill is in the house. I'm going to use my pincer arm to grab hold of him. I'm going to switch my buzzsaw. Let me examine you and we can get ready for the surgery.
I do not need
He
surgery.
asked for help and then he came over to me. It's obvious he wants surgery.
I do not need a surgery. I just need a stim pack if you have.
That's what I'm doing. Is grabbing him with the pincer arm and switching the buzzsaw. Not activating because I've got to scan him first. But that's what he will be doing. That's literally what he was asked. Can you heal me? Yes, I can. And the thruster underneath will just burn ever so slightly harder. Just getting ready to cauterize the wound as I will be chopping off his arms next round.
So is Stabby make any attempt to not be grabbed by Churchill?
I would take my pipe pistol and aim it
No,
directly at his
You don't
eyeball.
get to do that. You don't get to do that. What I'm asking
gonna
you
shoot.
right now, it's not your turn yet. What I'm asking you is, do you want Churchill to have to roll to grab you? Are you going to pull back? Or do you trust Churchill enough to put his pincer on you? Because either I'm going to make him roll or he's going to get a hold of you. It's your choice.
If I also see him using the buzzsaw,
Well,
I
his
do not
buzzsaw
trust
is
him.
always there.
yeah, but going towards me with the buzzsaw.
Again, he always has his buzzsaw. He's always moving towards someone with a buzzsaw.
Then I do not trust him.
Okay, so what you're saying is you want him to roll to try and get a hold of you.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, please roll strength and athletics to get a hold of Stabby.
Please, Phil.
Lee, that's a success.
Oh yeah, that's a success.
Looks like one.
Just one, or is that 2?
I hate to say it, that is 2 successes.
Do generate an
Did you
AP.
listen to what I said? I said Phil.
So you do generate an AP for the group, or you can. Well, I mean, you're not doing damage; you're just grabbing on.
Positive came out of that.
So
Deposit it to the group.
you
Being helpful, remember?
you
I'm
That's
have
what you
here
were
to
thinking of
serve
the
and
whole
to help.
time.
you have
That was your
grappled
plan all along.
Stabby successfully. So Stabby is now grappled. We will deal with that when we get there. Big Jim.
Yes. So if I'm hearing the gunshots,
Huh?
I think
Around the other side, yeah.
yeah, I've been unsuccessful trying to open this door, so I'm mad at it. I'll probably give it another whack and then go and investigate the gunshot.
So
To
it
try and
does
find somebody.
definitely, right, just giving it a casual whack, it does definitely give a little bit, but at this point you feel like it's probably barred or there's a bunch of stuff stacked up in front of it, on the inside. So which way are you going around?
So
What is around? Big Jim only know through.
no, Jim is better. Jim knows. I'm gonna head. I'll head Yeah, with this way, yeah. So that's. I don't think I would think to go around to the opposite side of the gunshots. It'll literally just be to go head straight to the gunshots. Not gonna lie.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
Do
a
not
smart
crush
thing to
me
do.
on the way past, please.
So you probably can come round the corner of the courthouse, and you will see, because he's not doing anything to hide himself, Derek kind of plastered up against the edge of the courthouse with his gun aimed at something beyond. So you can probably get, with your movement, you can get to about where Derek is. Now, if you wanted to use your main action to continue moving and run past him, and then maybe kind of angle yourself at whatever you see past him, you can certainly do that, but you won't be able to attack.
Well, I've already had my gun out for the turret, so I think if I get to where,
No, you actually, I think
Derek.
I
switched, didn't I?
You can switch between them as much as you want to. This isn't like D&D where you have to use actions to pull weapons necessarily. Like, if you want to say you got your gun out, you got your gun out as you're moving.
Nah. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just stick with the board. I'm gonna go intimidate these bitches.
Yes. Yes, Jim.
I'm literally gonna go to a Derek, loom over him, see the folks in the red.
So,
They're the
Derek,
targets.
you smell something first.
Sorry, that was stabby.
It's-
That was my fault.
It's very musky, and you feel like you've smelled it before, and then you just have this sense of presence behind you.
Yeah, something gets a little colder because I'm in the shade.
Yeah, you're in the shade. Maybe you have, but maybe it's also a little warmer because you can feel the massive like breath hitting you from behind, like a low kind of wind.
Yeah. I just shrink back against the wall as much as possible in case he's trying to come past me. I'm like, oh.
There's plenty of room for Big Jim to get past you.
And I'm
You
like,
guys are on the side street.
Jim, Raiders.
So, are you going to take position next to Derek, or are you going to continue around?
Do they have any weapons drawn or anything like that?
So
They haven't noticed. Oh wait, they got shot. Never mind.
I mean, they one of them's been shot. They've definitely noticed now from that direction. But they're all currently equipped with hand weapons, like rusty pipes, little pickaxes, things like that.
The most important thing for Big Jim is there are 8 legs in total there.
There are 8 legs.
It's good eating.
That's a really good point.
No. Jim's on a mission right now. We're finding Comrade Chunk. No. Champ?
No.
Chubs.
Comrade Chubbs.
Chunk.
Comrade Chunk sounds fun to go after. He'll be next.
Chubs. I knew it was a ch sound. I was like, no.
Yeah. He's looking for Comrade Chubs, but he's making them into Comrade Chunks.
That's funny. That's good.
Now he's gonna go.
You're so much bigger than them.
Look at this.
Impose.
Look at the size of him.
Is it in personal space?
So, are you going to engage that guy?
Yeah,
That's
it'll
what
literally
you're
be
telling me?
the first guy, just a straight line
Sure.
to him.
So,
Just
unfortunately,
thing to do with the power
actually-
armor in the show.
you guys do have an AP. Oh, it costs two AP to actually take an additional major action. So no, you're not going to be able to do anything.
Action. Okay.
2 AP to take an additional major. Yep. 1 AP for a minor. Okay, so you
I'm
have
good with that.
engaged them and definitely are a large wall that might make it harder for Derek to hit anybody in the future, but that's
There's other
fine.
people, it's fine.
Yeah. So next up is Nitsul. We are not going to forget about Nitsul this round.
And I can still hear fighting and shooting. Like, did I hear shots?
Oh,
out?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Jim just gave me mobile cover. I've now
I
can get
think-
closer with cover.
Well, from where you are, you've heard some gunshots that are a little bit distant, probably far enough away that it might take you a couple of rounds to get there. You're definitely hearing some kind of altercation, it sounds like, between Stabby and Churchill.
Well, it's probably a situation that'll resolve itself. So, yeah.
It will resolve somehow.
Where there are mole rats, there might be food. Do I have a sense from like where I am here? Is there any indications that first of all, you know what? We're not even going to go there. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make a lot of noise. I'm going to try to take like a broken, like, I imagine a chair leg that I have there, or a broken pipe.
Some random detritus.
Exactly. And I'm going to start smashing things in it and go, oh, my gun is jammed. Here, take that. Take that, you foul raider. And I'll slowly make my way to the exit. I'm not rushing at all, but I want to make a ruckus and noise, figuring that if there are any other creatures here, they'll be afraid and run away. Because normally like little jittery things. I like being here. I'll slowly make my way out the other building. I'm not in a rush to follow gunshots per se. Right. But I do want to stay close enough to everybody else. And
so, which way are you wanting to exit the building then? Do you want to kind of head in this direction or out this direction?
No, I think I'm probably going to be going from around, the rear of the building, not towards the main street, not towards.
Out here?
Yes. Well, it could be to the side, just not out straight front.
Oh, sure. So into like the side street area.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. Nice where it's nice and hidden. And again, I'm taking my time. I'm going to try, go from hiding place.
So you're taking your whole action to just kind of work your way out there. Yeah. So we'll say that you do manage to get out.
No, that's overly generous. Maybe I'm just at the entrance to where the building is going.
No, trust me. I want you to get out there.
Oh.
So go ahead and move yourself out to the little side street there. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I have, fun things lined up.
I know. So, I know what's out there, but yes, I don't know what's out there.
As you get out there, let's go ahead and make a perception survival test.
Okay, excellent. I can certainly do that.
Jay, this isn't D&D where you can take 5 sessions about a door.
This is the 5 Mirelurks come in the family that the other one called for.
I may have a single success. I'm assuming if my perception is...
Oh yeah, 2's great. Do you have survival tagged, perhaps?
I will let you know that I do have survival tagged.
So that's actually a critical success. So
I will bank 1 for the group, I guess.
You will bank an AP for the group. Sounds wonderful. Very nice of you. Helping people is important.
Everything I do, all my actions, all my thoughts is only here to help other people and serve Stabby.
So what you do notice is some Mirelurks coming up the street from the other direction.
Called it.
Now you are a Wastelander, and you are aware of what Mirelurks are and how dangerous they can be. But yes, you do see some coming. Okay,
so that would require me doing this for a moment for the suspense, if I know how to do that properly. So now I'm actually screaming, and we'll be running towards. Oh no! Look at what those Mirelurks did to the raiders that I scared away. Oh, I don't want them doing that to me.
Okay, so I think at this point we're moving into probably about an hour. So Jake, if you want to prepare us to take a break here, I'm going to sum up the scene for everyone. We have some Mirelurks, at least 2, that Nitsul has seen approaching from the south. A gang of raiders has exited the courthouse from the rear and were heading around the corner. And we have Churchill, who's intent on helping out Stabby, who has complained of being injured, who has taken Stabby in his loving caress and is preparing to administer support to him as Big Jim towers over a raider who is already injured, and the other three turn around in shock. And I think we will be back in a few minutes. Man, I gave a nice big sum up before we went on break, and now I've forgotten where we are. Nitsul just went. So now I think things are going to get interesting because it's Sabby's turn.
I'm taking my pipe gun, holding the barrel against one of his 3 eye stalks. And I'm like, if you don't let go, you're going to lose an eye.
Not my turn to act.
That's a fair point. Okay, you've given your ultimatum. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Well,
we'll call that a minor action. Do you want to try to free yourself?
Well, then I might be the one that takes his arm.
Oh no! I mean, you can make a strength athletics check to try to free yourself from a grapple. He's not hurting you. He's just taking a hold of you.
I could try, but I'm not good at it.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. You could try, and you could potentially succeed. You could potentially generate more AP for the party, or you could also critically fail and create a complication for me. So,
well, or I could create AP for you.
Oh yeah, if you fail, I get an AP anyway. That's true.
I love just casually throwing that last one in, just like, oh yeah, she might be a complication. Yeah,
it's a win-win.
I'm just gonna try. Why not?
Okay. Look at that. That's gotta be a success. 2 successes. So you do generate an AP.
Come on.
Wait,
you do generate
it's an 8.
If he chooses not to succeed, do we get 2 AP and he's still correct?
It's 1 success. A 2.
Oh, okay, 1 success. All right. Well, still, that's a success. You managed to pull yourself out of his pincer grasp. You've given your ultimatum. That was your action to remove yourself. So, what is Husky doing?
I think that Husky, he is hurt.
Yeah.
He has a sense of self-preservation.
Does.
So I would think that he would try to find a safe spot to, or to maybe still be able to reach, that we can reach him.
Sure. Actually, why don't you give me a quick 2d20 roll for Husky? I'll let you make this roll. Ooh, not a success. Okay, probably because he's injured. Cool.
And something that Stabby is gonna need now, he is going to take it.
All right. Last but not least in this round, we find ourselves on the other side of the courthouse, where several raiders have just realized that a very large thing has approached them from behind. 2 of them actually are going to kind of move out to the side.
Aye.
Because they know that they have taken shots and you're not hiding, so they will see you. I'm going to give you cover, so you're going to be harder to hit. But this one is going to join his injured buddy and try to deal with Jim. So, Jim, we'll just do... Actually, you know what I'm going to do just to eat up some dice? Some AP?
Yeah.
The 2 that are attacking Jim are desperate. They are both going to roll an additional d20 to try to strike Jim. So that is 1 success from the first raider. out of 3 dice. That is awful. And we'll go ahead and re-roll that for the second one.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
come on.
Oh,
That's
Oh my gosh!
oh.
No, please. No, please.
Behave.
I might be cauterizing Jim's wounds.
You might be. So
Oh,
he has just generated. Okay, it's just 3 successes. No, it's 4 successes because of the 1. He rolled a crit
The one is
success.
2.
So he's got 3 additional successes, all of which he's going to pump into damage.
Yep.
Because he's facing a super mutant in hand to hand.
Oh,
Why
okay.
would you put that in
and
damage
he's a
then? I mean,
little-
come on.
Good luck, Jim.
He's a little terrified.
Take a super mutant. I mean, you didn't
So-
put it in damage.
Hey, Jim,
He's going to be
strong.
rolling 7 damage dice, and the other one's just going to be rolling 4. Which one would you like me to roll first, Tony? The heavy hitter or the not so heavy hitter?
It's still 11
I
damage.
think
dice in
the
total.
not so heavy hitter, because that might. I'm gonna go with the whole thing of that's hit him off a little bit, so then the other guys come like charged at him and just.
Sure.
So
So the one who's already injured, like, turns and kind of, after getting shot, weakly lashes out at you with this kind of rusty length of pipe that honestly probably is not even as big as your middle finger, as it were.
Is it?
And he hits you in the torso. You have torso armor, correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not going to be able to pin it. Well, no, it's not piercing. So yeah, he hits you in the chest with this like length of pipe, and just, I mean, do you even feel it? I feel like you probably don't. It makes kind of a dull thunk on your chest armor, and
It's
that's about it.
probably just to like slowly turns his like puts my head down to look at him, and because I hear the thunk, just
Right.
yeah.
You didn't even notice he was there. And as he looks up at you after hitting you in the chest and nothing happens, he just says, "I'm sorry." All right. And then
Doesn't the super mutant have like an 8-pack?
12-pack maybe? I don't know.
I mean, you
even
can't really sing it with the lower.
17, it'd be an odd
Oh.
number.
Not bad.
Oh, look at that. Boy, that's
Yeah.
awful.
Ooh. Who's got
Can I
rerolls?
spend AP to reroll damage dice?
No,
Head.
you don't. No,
Uh,
you don't have any. No.
You can imagine that being a head, like doing the parkour and aiming for the head.
That's 3 damage already.
Thank
Oh, dear.
goodness it didn't hit anything vital on Big Jim.
Okay,
That's true.
so he
Yeah, it was just his head.
he launches itself at you, maybe while you're looking down at the one who so ineffectively struck you, and lashes out, maybe with, a slightly more sharpened, it looks like a tire iron, but somebody has taken like a circular saw blade and sharpened it and added it right at the crook of the tire iron, so it's like a hand axe. And he swipes across at you, throwing his whole body into it as he leaps through the air and strikes you in the head where you are unarmored, correct?
Yeah.
Dealing 3 points of damage to Big
Okay.
Jim. Which, if we're honest, is only a fifth of your health. Not terribly exciting for you yet. Okay. Now, the last 2 guys are going to take pot shots at Derek, who is in cover. Since you're in cover, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 more AP. I got it. This is the last game. I better use it. So each of them are going to get 3 dice. 1, 2, 3. But the problem is you're in cover. You already have a defense of 2, so they need to hit you with 3 successes to even hit you.
I think I've got higher than that on my torso because I've got new armor.
No. Like your defense to hit you
All right, okay.
is a 2. Plus 1 for the cover.
Oh, the armor
So-
takes damage, doesn't it? Ooh,
Okay, well, that one does hit you. He rolled 3 successes. Let's check the next one. He does not hit you. He rolls 2 successes, but that's not enough with your cover. It would have been enough if you were not in cover, so smart play. So the first one is going to roll damage. And just to double check, yep, pipe gun, nothing special. Fire rate of 2. He will go ahead and... Okay, so this is kind of neat. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Enemies don't track bullets and stuff, because that would be ridiculous for me to have to track that for every single enemy. Instead, they each... Well, these enemies anyway, the raiders, they have an ability called Let Rip. Once per combat, the raider can let rip with a volley from their pipe gun. This adds the weapon's fire rate of 2 to the weapon damage for a single attack. So he's going to get 5 dice on you.
Jerubini. Oh, that's not too bad.
Oh.
So left leg, what's your armor there?
Left leg, what's my armor there? 2 seconds, get the shit up. Left leg, my armor there. It's just just the vault suit, whatever that is.
Vault suit doesn't have any physical, correct? It's just energy. Yeah. So you're going to take 3 points as he targets your left leg.
Okay.
And 3 points registered. And you're not quite at half, but you're getting close. So, keep an eye out. And that is all of the raiders, or at least all of the raiders who have exited the building. That brings us to the next combatant, which you can't see. Jake, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception survival test?
Yeah, that'd be great. In fact, I'm looking forward to giving you one. So that, I believe, should be a... let me just check if that's 2 successes or 3, because we will be banking.
It's at least 2.
Yeah, so perception is 6 and survival is 9. So it is a 9, so it is 2.
Wait, no, your survival can't be 9. That's too many skill points.
No, my
your
survival
total
is
9.
3. And my perception is 6, so that's a total of 9. It is a tagged skill, though.
Well, yeah, but you already just rolled a 1, which is just automatically 2 successes. So you've got 2 successes. You can generate the extra AP for the group if you like.
Yes, I'd like to.
Oh, this is getting lopsided, guys. You guys now actually have more AP than I do.
How many damage did I take?
Oh, I already subtracted it from your token, but let's see, you were at 9, so that was 3.
So I should have...
You're at 6.
Yeah, that's right, okay. Yeah, I've got it right in my sheet. Sorry,
okay, so...
my sheet thought I'd messed it up.
Jake, with that success, you do, as you're standing in the kind of street area here, there's still plenty of rubble on the ground. There's even some bare spots where the concrete of the once streets have been cracked and buckled and kind of separated. You feel a slight tremor that with your successes, you feel like it's going past you. But then it's gone.
Oh my God, Big Jim might be getting hungry. I feel its stomach rumbling.
There is a burrowing creature around here, so keep that in mind. It could be that too, but it could be Big Jim's stomach for sure.
Oh.
All right. So, top of the order, Derek. You just got plugged in your leg by these raiders here. What you doing?
So, have I got a clear shot on this one?
Yes.
You
have a clear shot on both of them. Like Big Jim is not so big that he fills up an entire plaza.
So can I shoot the one that's already injured?
Not that one. They're going to get cover from Big Jim.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot
right in front of
this one.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be letting rip as well myself. So I start with just 2 dice, right?
Yep, 2d20. Unless you want to spend an AP or give me an AP.
I'm taking my minor action to aim, so does that mean I roll 3 dice?
No. So aiming means you're gonna roll. You can potentially re-roll, and you'll do an additional die of damage. believe
All right,
that's correct.
Well, I'm using my minor action to aim, so check what it does. I'll roll the 2 just now anyway. I've got an 8 and a 17. So
Oh, you
a hit
re-roll the
and a-
1d20 on the first attack roll you make this turn. That's aiming.
Right, so does that mean I re-roll 17?
You can re-roll the 17. Yes, sir.
Great.
You've already got 1 success.
That's 2 successes.
That's 2. So you get an AP. You can bank it or use it.
I'm going to use it for extra damage.
Okay.
So I roll 5 damage dice.
Yes. Are you going to use your rate of fire? Spend an extra bullet, or are you just going to go for 5?
Yes, I'll
Yeah.
spend an extra bullets for 6.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's important that you.
And a hit location.
One thing to keep in mind with your perk is that you have to use your rate of fire if you want concentrated fire to come into effect.
Concentrated fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's
So
6
you
and a
are
hit
kind of an
location,
ammo
yeah?
hog. 6 and a hit location. You got it. Torso 3.
Torso. And I've got 3, and I'm re-rolling 3.
Okay. Roll them up.
Another
Oh, look
3.
at that. 3 more. Okay.
6 damage.
So you do see clearly that there's a bit of a spark as this guy has some chest armor on, probably some scrap plates, maybe a couple of old ceramic plates, maybe even in like a cast iron pot lid he just threw in there. Who knows? But you do manage to do a significant amount of damage to him.
Nice.
And yeah, that's it. Now, just to say there's enough AP over there you could spend 2 and take another major action and take another shot.
Doing it.
If you got the ammo for it, and if you want to take the opportunity away from your other groups.
Well, I think I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to use... Is it 2 to get 1 extra attack roll?
Yes.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Okay.
So, 2d20.
You guys are down to 1 AP.
Because I aimed, do I still get the reroll?
No, the aim only affects the first.
Okay. That's 2
Ooh,
successes.
that was almost a 20, man. Okay, so you got 2 successes.
though, and I'll give 1 AP back to the group since I just used 2.
Okay, you gonna use
And
your rate of
I'm gonna
fire
use my
again?
rate of fire, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a hit location.
Yep.
Same guy. Oops.
Sure.
Take that off. Let's go.
Oh, that was nice,
Head.
sir.
Head 1,
Do you
2,
want to
3,
re-roll
4,
the 1 die?
5 in the head. I'll re-roll the 1. 7 in the head.
Wow.
So, why don't you describe to me what you do to this poor raider's head?
2 seconds. I'll take notes of the bullet first. Okay, so it's 2 shots, right? So Derek, after already hitting him in the torso, he's gone bang, bang in the torso. He's put 1 in each side of the chest, and then he's went 1 in right in between the eyes, and then true Fallout fashion, you see the bullet go through, and you see the exit wound and the blood splatter at the back of the head, and then the second one just goes straight in the guy's mouth,
Right.
and a second big exit wound right out the back of the bottom of his head. Boom, boom.
And very much Fallout for anybody who's not aware. As you're launching these final bullets into his head, for some weird reason, the world slows down for a moment, and the VATS camera kind of zooms in on a single eye just flying through the air. We don't know why it decided to follow the eye in that moment, but that's what the focus is on at the end of that attack. So moving back
100%.
to you. Oh, I guess I should probably remove him, right? You definitely did him in. All right, so back to turn order. That's Churchill. So Churchill, Stabby has just relieved himself of your delicate caress.
Before I do anything else, I have this. Do I see these creatures coming down towards Schnitzel? I have awareness. I have 360-degree vision, improved the vision, and reduced difficulty perception test that rely on sight and smell by 1.
So they are out
Make a roll C.
street. So here's the thing. You're reducing the difficulty of these perception chests by 1, which is kind of why I haven't made you make a whole bunch of them. The only reason why I made you make one against the Raiders is because there's a lot of rubble and stuff, but Mirelurks are pretty big. So it would have only been a single success to notice the Mirelurks, especially with your 360-degree vision. However, this is gamist, but you can still roll if you want to, take the chance at a possible complication, but take the chance of generating AP.
I'll take the one automatic success and notice them.
Okay. So yeah, you do notice the Mirelurks coming up the street.
Okay. As my friend has released himself from my pincer arm, my gun arm will swing as if pointing towards him, go right over his head as I turn my arm, and I'm going to shoot down towards these green creatures here. So you don't want my help then? That's not a problem. We've got more foes incoming. Ha 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 ha! Bang.
So I think where Stabby was, he's probably in between you and the Mirelurks. So I'm imagining you not just having your arm go over his head. I'm imagining one of those scenes where like the gun is right next to his head,
and I'm like,
when you fire.
I'll have to accept your wise counsel, Master GM. And I shall fire.
Now they are both close enough to each other that you could use burst if it comes up.
Okay.
I will tell you though, just to be fair, because I did the same thing with RX. That's definitely going to be medium range, which is outside optimal range for your pistol. Now you could move to get into short range.
That might not stab me over, will it? Okay. Yes. I'm just going to turn. Boom! Accelerate through Happy, knocking him to the ground, getting alongside Nitzel. Time for protection, Nitzel! Bang, 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 bang.
So yeah, as you advance up the street, possibly because he was still close and reeling from freeing himself, kind of shoving Stabby to the side. I'll let Stabby decide whether or not he sprawls onto the ground. That's your call. But yeah, you're able to.
Would I?
As you said, he relieved himself. Pretty relieved himself again. Ooh.
What were you gonna say, Scoon?
Would I notice because he is pointing his weapon? I would be like pushing his pincer out of my arm. He would turn his arms further to the gun. Would I notice that there are Mirelurks behind me? Well, also Nicole kind of screamed it, but
he did. So with Nitzel saying something, pardon me, I'm so sorry. And Churchill talking about more foes, and Churchill kind of throwing you off balance and spinning you a little bit. Yeah, you can notice that the Mirelurks are there now.
Could I make it a cinematic move that while I being pushed down, I just grab my rifle and fall down, immediately aiming at the enemy with my rifle?
You want to fall prone? Sure. I'll let you fall
and then
prone.
being able to just...
Be aiming? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're still going to have to use a minor action on your turn to aim, but yes, that's very cinematic.
Yeah, but I would be like sitting ready to shoot.
Sure. Okay, so Churchill, you have moved into short range next to Nitzel of the Mirelurks, which are advancing. Oh gosh, 3?
I shall shoot.
I see. You rolled your.
Yeah, I rolled the picture. I'm consistently hopeful. Knew I was going to hit. So I'm
gonna pull back a little bit for 1 second and give you the option, because you may not have recalled from last week when Stabby was facing it and not being up on all the Fallout lore. Mirelurks are heavily armored, and I think Churchill would know this. The best place to hit a Mirelurk is in the face, where it has the least amount of armor. It's a very small target. It ups the difficulty to hit by 1, which you got with that 1 that you rolled. You've got 2 successes.
Yeah.
So I
got
will.
a cool shot then. Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, you definitely get a called shot. There are 2 AP over there for you to use for damage if you want, or possibly for another action.
What does that do? Does that allow me to re-roll or any zeros on damage?
So, no, it adds damage dice. So if you want to use AP, you can add a damage die for each AP.
Okay.
But he rolled
In
one.
that case-
He also generates one for us.
No, he doesn't generate one because it takes 2 successes to hit it in the face. He got 2 successes.
I'm going to use the 2 AP to generate 2 extra damage for the party.
Both of them?
Okay.
If I put 2 in earlier, I might as well use them.
Well, yeah, and if he rolls burst, he can do the same amount of damage to the other Mirelurk as well.
Exactly, they get an effect.
Are you going to use your fire rate and your bullets?
That'll do. That gives me extra damage.
So again, you have a fire rate of 4. The first shot is always taken away. I hate games that do this, but still, it is what it is. Once you get used to the math, it's easy. So basically, you have 3 extra bullets you can fire, and each one will add an additional damage die. But it costs you 3 more bullets.
But
I'll do that.
wait to see if he hits first.
He already did. He's definitely hit.
Yeah, hit it.
Yeah.
I will use my full burst then. So I've got a rate of fire of 4, so it's an extra 3 dice, is it?
Correct. So you're
So that's
rolling
a total of 8 dice.
6, 7, 8 dice. No hit location because you're hitting it in the face, which will also apply if you roll burst on the second one. It's the same target as well.
Bang.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Ooh, look at that.
So you definitely activate, you can, I shall say, activate burst if you choose to. That's going to cost you 1 more bullet. So we're up to 5 bullets for this attack.
That's fine. Yes, I'll activate burst.
So the damage you're looking at right now is 3, 6, 7, 8 damage total. But you could, since we're in the last session, you might as well. You can spend a luck point to re-roll up to 3 damage dice.
What the
And
hell?
you have 3 damage dice that didn't hit. So
Yeah, okay. You keep a track of the successes and the damage.
Oh, Churchill is going all out. Yeah, no.
I'm going all out.
Yes. One
He got
shot,
rejected,
one
so all
session.
everything's
Let's
going into
go.
that fucking crab thing.
Oh,
you roll 3
Nice.
additional damage. So 9 total damage plus burst. You're going to hit both of them in the face. Now, they do still have some armor in the face, but it's not as bad. And you have done significant harm to both of them with 1 fell swoop, 1 burst from your weapon.
Alert, friends! Alert, friends! Alert, friends! Okie dokie!
And you hear these things shriek, kind of a breathy, high pitched, yes, but still very audible to everyone. And in fact, you're picking up the higher frequencies as well because of your sensor array. And they are kind of staggered back. They're rock backed by the hit. Like you can see chunks of delicate, succulent Mirelurk flesh flying, but they are still mobile and they're still heading your the direction. So excellent move there.
Yeah.
By Churchill. That brings us to Big Jim.
Crush. I think for this, all of my attention is on the guy that actually has true blood.
Oh, okay.
So I'm literally just gonna turn on the
Drop
spot.
blood.
Just yeah. I mean, even like this guy leaning over this guy, like it could have drop of blood might have just dropped. You can just see it drop in front of him, and I'm just like
Sure.
turn to this other guy and then get the board up and just bring it down. That's
And
the
he's
intention.
looking at you like, hey, what do you got? What do you got? You got nothing.
I'll fuck you up.
Show what you got, Jim.
Well, I'm gonna try anyway.
Come on.
So yeah, board.
That's
That
7
is
looks good.
2 successes.
So you're gonna use the damage, or you're gonna bank it?
Oh, I'm going to use the damage. I literally want
Now,
to.
to be fair, I guess I should point out there are other things you can use that on immediately. I think you could take an additional minor action. You could obtain information. Kind of a weird time to do it in the middle of combat. But yeah, extra damage sounds good. Do it.
So damage is.
So I believe you're up to 7 dice with your big honking club. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's 6 normal and then an extra 1. So.
It's a hit location.
Whoa!
Wow!
Roll
Big damage.
Take off the head.
Wow.
Jim pissed. Jim got hit. That's what I mean. He's bringing it down.
Well, I would almost say that you just smacked.
It's only one of yours that didn't hit, so I won't encourage you to spend luck to re-roll that. Don't you have a perk though that applies?
Okay.
What is your perk that you do? Slayer?
Yeah, I think I used that. That's fine.
You did.
Oh. Yeah, okay, let's do it. So I'll use my Slayer perk. So that is spend a luck point to inflict an automatic critical hit on a successful melee or unarmed attack on the hit location.
Okay. Well, let me back off a little bit then.
Okay.
You actually don't need to do that because you've done enough damage that you automatically do a critical hit. My bad. I thought it might add more damage.
No, it's critical.
So, with a critical hit on a raider, who is not a primary kind of character, that's instant death. So why don't you go ahead and
like I said, you just smash the head in and popping like a potato.
Yeah, it's
let's
literally
let
just
Jib describe his massacre.
Turn into this guy who's obviously feeling very, very well for himself, and I just bring this board down, and it just crumples, jelly, and just crumples under it. Just just but because he follows it all the way to the floor, which for him is a big thing. It's a long way down.
Sure, yeah.
So he follows it all the way down. So it's just that's how he's got the full force, and that's how he's managed to just crumple him. Just
get down on the top of his head, and his head starts to crumple downward, meet some resistance at his spine, which also starts to just kind of vertebrae by vertebrae compress, and bone shards are flying out of his back as he's bowed, and you bring him down all the way down to where at the end his head is resting, nestled oh so perfectly in between his boots, and you've just kind of compressed this guy into a meat pile. Would you like to use your free-ish action to say anything to the wounded gentleman who's standing in front of you still, after having done that to his uninjured companion?
Boop.
You next.
I'm hungry.
I think you just
I think it's
oopsie.
anything really cool, because it's I think it's just anger right now, so it's just literally just turn and maybe ever so slightly move even closer if he can to this guy.
Oh sure.
And just literally
you're
just
right here, only here on him is your abs.
Yeah.
16 pack.
And just slowly bringing the board up, to rest on my shoulder, so still dripping with blood, coming down the handle over my hands, the whole shebang.
Would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim's
Excellent execution, Jim.
The fact that nobody gets to saw this is even more beautiful. Just they don't know how scared they should be.
That was awesome.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think Derek even saw it because your he saw you bring your board up and bring it
I saw
down.
from behind it. I saw the board go up, and then I just heard a squelch.
I definitely
Banging
was
a squelch.
right?
and the
So-
bone crush.
Splatter.
The Mirelurks are
some blood
having to
spatters coming
advance,
next out of the side from Big Jim.
and the Mirelurks are now easily within engagement range of Nitzel and Churchill in the side street there, but they are not able to attack. Yeah, so we'll leave that there for the Mirelurks. That brings us to Nitzel.
I do have a quandary, but Nitzel will use his, I guess my minor action to move back, and then I will fire at them.
You're going to stay out of engagement range, sure.
Well, I mean, I don't want to kind of, steal Churchill's thunder, because this is his thing, type of thing. He's
I understand.
I mean, it's tender meat, it's crustaceans, it's things. He likes this kind of stuff. He wouldn't want me to be in the way of his slicing and dicing.
You don't want to get in the way when he's scanning organs, because he'll pick up yours and go for them.
So I will.
He already wants to replace your
click on me.
Human.
Tell me where that is, but I'll still be in a place where I can at least
that's
fire
fine.
back. Now, a lot of those, because I'm very nervous about these things, a lot of those dice that I've been banking, is there one for me to use so I can fire a third time?
There are no AP currently.
Okay, excellent. That's just as I had planned it to be.
You should have
Now-
luck. Does that?
If you do have luck, but that doesn't allow you to add dice, it allows you to re-roll dice.
Okay.
However, Jake, if you would like to have an additional D20 and you're out of AP, I can give you an additional D20.
No. It's fine. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
It's all right. It's all good. It's just I keep forgetting to use Bloody Mess, which I did last time. So I wanted to get. I'm gonna remember some of the features.
So what
that
does
I have.
Bloody Mess do?
When I inflict a critical hit, which I think I did the last time, I'm not sure. I roll 1d6, but it would have been on that little mole rat. But I could be wrong. It's a few things.
Oh, you know what? I just realized something. So Mirelurks are tough customers, but Churchill did enough damage to do crits on both of them.
Oh, good.
And a crit to the head is not great.
Not in anyone's books.
No, yeah.
You're just thinking they might be dead, eh?
I don't know that they're dead. At the very least, they're going to suffer penalties for attacking, right?
Like,
So,
or something,
which is
aye.
good. Oh, no. Hang on. Oop. They are momentarily dazed and lose their actions this round.
Oh, okay.
That is beautiful. Churchill.
Further, you cannot see clearly and increase the difficulty of all tests that rely on vision by +2. So, yeah, Nitzel, you don't have to back off.
Right.
You can take the aim action
I will do the
and
aim,
then
yes.
fire if you would like to do that.
Okay. Yeah. So the aim again is only a re-roll if I need to. So if I'm correct, it's
You
not
can
a
re-roll 1d20.
Yep.
Yes.
exactly. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens here.
Oh,
And I will
roll
re-roll
one of
the
them.
17.
Oh,
Oh,
So,
sorry.
yeah, re-roll the 17.
Oh, I don't know why it.
first one counts, surely.
Yeah, the
First
10
one,
is fine.
yeah. But the 10, yeah, go ahead.
But I have to double check. Isn't small guns one of your tag skills?
It is
And what's your rating in small guns?
3.
So that 3 counts as a critical success. That's 2 successes.
Oh, excellent.
Plus you just got another one from re-rolling the 10. So you have 3 successes. That's 2 AP.
Mhm.
Or you can hit it in the face and still have 1 AP. I would suggest hitting in the face because it's less armor.
Yeah, okay, I will do that, but it's still considered a critical hit.
Well, no, it's not a critical hit. I know it's weird. It's a
Okay,
critical success, which means you got
Okay.
2 successes for
Perfect.
rolling that 3.
Okay. Now
But you do have an extra AP. You can bank it or spend it on damage.
No, I'm going to spend it on damage. I'm going to fire my full rate at 4.
Okay.
And I'm also going to use the weapon's
So 3,
burst
6,
effect
7.
to damage the second one.
If you roll a burst effect. But let's go ahead and make that damage roll.
Cool. So how many damage dice am I at now? Sorry.
So you're at 7 damage dice.
Okay.
No need for a hit location because you're hitting it in the face.
All right.
Okay, so you did roll an effect. So you can burst into the other one.
Okay.
That's going to cost you an additional bullet, so that's up to 5 bullets now.
Okay.
But yeah, 7 damage to the face on both of them. Jake, wow, playing apprentice to Churchill here. Would you like to describe how you destroyed these 2 abominations for me?
100%. I mean, this is simply following exactly what Churchill did. I saw it worked, and I'm like, I can do that. And boom, 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 boom. Churchill, no need. I took care of them already. It's okay. You don't have to fire at them now.
So yeah, even with exactly the right enough damage, or I'm sorry, you did 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
They have 1 armor. They have 6 health left. You just pasted both of these Mirelurks, and would have done another critical hit to the head.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And stunned them for another round.
Nice shooting, Jake
But
boy.
All right.
they're dead.
Okay. I still don't get to use Bloody Mist, you see?
Now, upon having that happen, Churchill hears this. Anybody else who wants to go ahead and make a perception survival check can do so if they would like.
I'm a
But you
bit far
hear-
away and I'm the other side of the building. Other
Right.
than me.
You hear another high-pitched howl from somewhere in this building here that starts as that kind of a raspy pitch, and then it starts to pick up again into the reach of decibels and frequencies that you can't hear, and even Churchill loses it after a moment as that pitches upwards. Okay, so that brings us to Stabby and Husky.
Well, does standing up take an action or something?
No, you're fine. You can do it as part of your movement.
Then I will see if I can move here because I do hear a lot of fighting going on here.
Yeah, you do. So yeah, once you get to the corner of the edge of the courthouse there, what you can see is a few things. You see Big Jim standing in front of a raider, and right next to
Well, I see 2 raiders.
a
but one
pile
shrunk.
of meat.
Yeah, one raider shrunk.
Right. There's another raider a little bit
Off of
further
inches.
away from Big Jim that's brandishing a weapon, a firearm, pipe pistol of some kind. Not at Big Jim, surprisingly, kind of at the other edge of the courthouse. And then
Still.
there's another raider dead on the ground just beyond them.
This one's in medium range, right? For me.
For you, yes. Which I believe is okay for your right.
Yeah, because I see the bag of bones there and the raider at Big Jim. So I'm like, yeah, Jim's alright. So I'm going to focus on this one.
Sure.
I'm going to aim my rifle at it. Can I still take an aim because?
No, you had to move to get to the corner of the building.
Yeah,
You can't
okay.
aim.
So that's just a normal roll.
Yep. Now, you could get an additional D20.
2 successes.
If you would like.
Got a crit.
So yeah, 2 successes. If you wanted to, you could spend luck to re-roll that other D20, but you've got 2 successes. It's your call.
Taking the 2 successes.
Okay, so you've got 1 AP. You gonna bank it or spend it?
Well, let's just spend it. It's last game.
Okay. So, what's your damage on your gun?
6.
Wow. Okay, so 7 damage plus a hit location.
4, 5, 6, 7, and the hit die. Make it a good one. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Like 7 damage.
7 damage to the
Punch
left
left leg.
arm. So much
no.
like is
Left leg.
left
4.
leg. Sorry, my bad.
4 damage.
Oh, you rolled 7 damage dice. Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah. 4 damage with the effect, so piercing.
Oh, piercing. Okay, so you managed to get through the armor that they have there. So you are going to
Yeah.
deal 4 points of damage. Now, you rolled a bunch of damage dice.
Yeah.
3 of them had no effect. You can spend a point of luck to re-roll them, those 3, if you want to try and add more damage on top of this.
Does that mean 3 luck for the all 3 or just
No,
one?
it's 1 point of luck to re-roll up to 3 damage dice.
Last game, why not?
There you go.
So 3 rerolls, right?
Yeah, so you're really rolling 3 damage dice. We're just going to add it on top. Oh,
2
look at that,
damage.
so 2 more. So yeah, you do a total of 6 points of damage. Armor is ineffective. Well, it's Pierce 1. So
Well, dude, it's not like every damage is a pierce because of every face.
no. Pierce 1 just happens once.
Okay. Then
Only
it's
if
just-
you had like a quality that was like Pierce 2, Pierce 3 would it pierce heavier armor. But Pierce 1 is just, it only takes effect once. I believe, I could be wrong. It's
Yeah,
I'll check
it's
that later.
piercing 1, so.
But either way, you got through their armor.
And that's 1 bullet, so.
Yep.
Let's change
Now,
the bullet amount.
Is Husky gonna continue protecting himself, or is he gonna do anything?
Well, Husky might still stay near me, but
Fair
yeah,
enough.
he's just going to stay safe.
Sure.
He feels
Makes
safe
sense.
with me. I mean, we're bros.
All right. So, not to steal anyone's thunder, but Churchill. Well, no, it already happened. You weren't there quite yet. Just for funsies, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception survival check, Scoon, for Stabby.
Survival. That's
You know what? Go ahead and add an extra d20. Roll 3 d20 since Husky's with you. Husky can assist in your
no. I
perception
need to
test.
make what was it again? 8. Oh,
Oh.
that's 1 perfect success.
2 successes, so you actually do generate another AP.
Yay!
Which the only thing you can do with it right now is bank it, so that's cool. Throw that up there for you guys. And you feel a tremor in the ground kind of come up behind you and pass by. And then out of nowhere,
Am
Like
I
in
afraid
Selected.
that he is sending us the biggest creature in the entirety of Fallout?
you guys are so scared of the
he's
tremor.
not. Big Jim is the biggest creature in
You're
the
so scared
No,
of the
I'm
tremor.
talking about
So-
one of the dangerous creatures in the wasteland.
As you were
Big
looking
Jim is
down-
the biggest dangerous creature in the wasteland.
As you were looking downrange, having just taken a shot with your rifle, and this tremor passes you by, you then see coming up out of a hole in the ground, jumping into the air, the bane of all wastelanders, the deadly naked mole rat, and attacks the injured raider.
Oh man.
How could we feel the tremor of such a little
nice.
itty bitty creature?
Nice. You had me. I thought we were getting a death claw, Brian. You had
Me too. I really thought we did that claw. Seriously.
I'm waiting for the
I thought I
worm.
telegraphed the burrowing mole rat well enough.
Oh,
yeah, you did, but-
mate.
Because we feel it. I mean, it's just a small mole rat. You wouldn't be able to feel that much.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel
But
it.
it's got
trust
a big
me.
presence.
I think
So-
it's the one suffering from botulism.
I'm going to use its AP, and I'm going to go ahead and use the 2 remaining AP I have here.
Is that mole right now
Yes.
gonna burrow in his face?
Well, we'll see. So yeah, he's up to 4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
Yes. Oh.
No, in his torso.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
so yeah, the mole rat comes out of the ground into an immediate flying leap, as they do, for those of you who are familiar with the deadly naked mole rat.
Rabbits
And-
do too.
He just lands on this raider's chest, bearing him to the ground, and starts just eating. Just its sharp kind of incisors, like pulling away metal. It's got, like I said, those kind of like hand-like forepaws that seem more dexterous than they should be, just pulling armor and clothing out of the way. And it just starts eating this raider in front of everyone.
Oh. Yeah, it is
And the
one of
raider
the
is dead.
first enemies you encounter in Fallout 4, so...
Okay.
Hey, that was
So-
Big Jim's meal.
Not anymore.
No. Big Jim eats the legs. He's just eating the torso, so...
So that brings us to Derek. You see this mole rat over there that's just kind of started slaughtering a raider who got shot from around the other side. You're guessing probably Stabby with his rifle.
I also see this fella fighting Big Jim, but I feel like Big Jim's
You.
got it. Can I get a shot past Big Jim without having to move?
It would increase the difficulty from where you are right now. If you want to get a clean shot, you're going to have to spend your action to move around, Jim.
So I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna lose my aim, but I'm gonna move and shoot the rat.
Okay. Oh, you wanted to shoot the rat? You can shoot the rat past Jim, no
I'm
problem.
gonna shoot the rat past Jim.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to shoot the raider.
I was thinking about that also. Do I have to
I mean,
move
can
past
he,
Jim?
Derek, even still see the raider?
Derek cannot see the raider right now. Like
I
Jim
did
is,
know there was 4 of them
Between your
previously.
legs.
though,
You did
before
know,
Jim got in
yes.
the way. I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna. I don't need to move to shoot the rat, so I'm gonna keep the rat off Jim while he deals with the raider.
Okay.
I think. So, just 2 to start
Pop
with.
that rat.
always,
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, geez, so many ones. All right, so yeah, you generate an AP, bank it or use it.
Use it. So that's a reroll on a D20.
Nice
No,
damage
that's
die.
luck.
No.
It's an extra damage die.
That's an extra damage dice, right? Okay,
Yeah.
get rid of that.
But wasn't he
So-
aiming? Because he didn't move.
He was. You could
aiming.
re-roll that D20 actually. Yeah, with the aim. I forgot you didn't move.
oh
my God.
Oh!
Yeah.
So you
Another AP.
generate a total of 3 AP.
3 AP.
So what do you want to do with them?
How many does it cost me to use my? Well, doesn't it just cost me bullets to use my
Yeah,
thing,
you
right?
use bullets to use concentrated fire.
So EP, what do they give me? Extra damage dice, and
You can add extra damage dice or you can bank them. Yeah.
I'm gonna just use them, all of them.
Okay.
So how many dice do I have here? I have a
So
location,
you're going to be rolling 7 damage dice.
and I'm using the 2 bullets, so I'm rolling 8.
Dice and a hit location. But you really want this guy dead. That's a good thing too. You didn't roll quite as good as. Oh well, you can use
Well,
concentrated fire to re-roll
I'm
3.
gonna use concentrated fire and reroll 3 of them.
So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to the torso.
9.
Yeah.
to the torso.
Tell me how you deal 9 points of damage. Sorry, 8 because it does have armor. 8 points
8,
of damage
okay.
to this poor
Isn't
naked
that
mole
6?
rat that only
Again,
had 1 point of health left.
again,
and
in
a
true-
bad leg. He was.
in
and a
true
bad leg.
Fallout
Yeah, he was
fashion,
living.
again, in true Fallout fashion, it just seems to go right into slow motion, and you see down your vision changes down the barrel to the down the barrel of Derek's gun, and you see the gun recoil, and the bullet, and your vision just follows that bullet, and you see it as it enters the chest of the rat right in the center of his rib cage, and the rat, the only word for it is explodes.
Nice. Hopefully, there's still some chunks left that you can make dinner with.
A waste.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
You'd
It's
be
just
lucky.
already put into chunks.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
So,
put them off the
Churchill.
wall.
Nitzel has
Yes.
just pasted the 2 remaining Mirelurks, but you did hear a shriek from the building to your left. Or to your right, actually, from the direction you would have been. Well, you don't have left and right. You're 360 degrees. This building right here, you heard a shriek from. But it's coming from above you, and you don't know if that means that it's going to advance or whatever.
I'm going to turn everything towards Nitzel.
You should stay here.
Nitzel, are you okay? Are you injured? Do you need medical attention?
No, I'm good, but we should guard
Are
this
you
place
sure?
here.
That's
There may be
my
more of them.
pincer is going to start patting him down.
No, I feel fine. I feel good. You can-
Looking for wounds now.
I think we need to guard this area because there.
You
could
do
be more of
find
those.
that he is a little injured.
Oh, would you like
No,
me to
I was
cauterize
complaining
the
about my
wound?
leg before, but I got better.
All right, so as we have this comedic scene playing out in the alley, that brings us to Big Jim, who might be able to wrap all of this up right now. There's one raider left standing.
Okay.
If you're even aware of him, I mean, you feel like some rapid, maybe like frightened breathing on your torso. Did you forget that there was a little man down there?
I think I would have known. Like, I think the mole rat coming out probably would have drawn my attention away. So then I'd probably like move and accidentally like bump into him. And just like, oh yeah, he's here. And I want to do something like attempt to do something really, I'd say cool, but it is kind of brutal. Essentially, I'm gonna go switch to unarmed.
Okay.
But just because
Say it. It's a mature stream. You can do it. Leave.
I am going to lean down and just grab him by face, neck, whatever I reach, and just get rid of him.
Oh.
Just
Like toss him?
yeah,
Like a
just
sack
get rid
of
of him.
potatoes?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me, we'll call that an unarmed attack. Give me strength unarmed.
Okay.
So, one of the 2 you turn into a sack of potatoes, and the other one you toss like a sack of
What
potatoes.
is with all of the ones?
We are just blessed.
So, I don't know how many we rolled tonight, but it's a lot.
Yes.
So, that's 2 successes. You are going to be able to do what you want to do. Go ahead. Well, what do you want to do with the extra AP? Damage?
Yeah.
Okay. So your unarmed damage is what?
4.
Is it listed on your sheet? Okay. So yeah, roll your 4, 5 damage.
Yep.
And I think, Brian, the break might be coming up for those.
Yep,
So
it is.
Okay.
Okay. So you grab him by his left leg. You grab him by his left leg and squeeze. And that does 2 damage to him. He doesn't have any armor on his left leg, so it was a good place to grab. As you hoist him up, I want you to make a strength athletics check for me to see how far you can throw him.
I almost see the Avengers scene. Hulk versus Loki. No, Hulk versus Loki.
Fuck.
Roll another one.
Can I?
Action points.
Oh,
Roll
another
another
one.
one.
Oh yeah, should we need
Yeah, 2d20. Always 2d20.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
That's
So, well, I think the 14 was as well, was it not?
No, it's
Strength
13.
athletics?
Mine's
Oh, you don't have
13.
any athletics? Okay. So with 1 success, why don't you go ahead and roll your unarmed damage for me again? Just the straight 4. No hit location. Okay. So you managed to throw him about, we'll call that 5 yards, so about 15 feet, which is enough to do enough damage to him to take him out. And you throw him and you hear just a crunch. Maybe he lands wrong on his head or something like that. Gets jerked to the side as he hits the ground. Flies into a pile of rubble.
Is there still some pavement here?
There's pavement around, yeah, for
He's
sure.
gonna get so big of a road rash.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you manage to remove this obstacle between you and the mole rat, which has drawn your attention. The mole rat's still the mole rat's facing too.
Mole rat's gone.
So the mole rat's body.
Yeah, it was just when it popped out, it just
He's
over
over there. He's over there.
As everybody starts to calm down from this combat situation, we will take a break. The final part of the final session, for now, of Fallout. We find our group converging on the Broken Crown's base in the old courthouse. They've taken out some enemies, some expected, some not so much, and pretty much had their way with them. Now all that's left is to check out this den of raider activity that's been keeping and to find Chubbs that's been keeping Gateway City under blockade. Not doing it on stream for obvious reasons, because it takes quite some time under the Fallout rules. It's fun when you really want to get down into the nitty-gritty for a campaign, but for sessions like this, we don't really have time to go through it all. But you kind of, I assume some of you, maybe not all of you, are kind of looking over some of your foes, particularly the raiders, to see if they have anything of value.
Pancakes.
The pancakes, correct.
Also,
Boxing organs.
I have stim packs and a med kit to be able to help my friends.
Some organs might be a little bit squished, but
Yeah, it's a good time to use some medical aid if anybody has such.
I have. Who needs most?
I'm a little hurt, but I'm more concerned about one more thing now, and I'm going to rummage through my stuff. I'm going to take out an iguana on a stick and go over to Big Jim and say, "Oh, Big Jim, it looks like this fell out of one of your pockets. Here, this is for you." And I'm going to pass the iguana over the stick to Big Jim and then go and kind of go, "Stabby, stabby. You see, if Big Jim sees you as a source of food, maybe he won't see you as a source of food. Very important. Always thinking."
I do not see the logic in
this
that.
fell out of your pocket. It's yours. Enjoy.
Who looks most hurt, Brian?
Dick.
Actually, probably the most hurt is Stabby. Husky's just over half. Stabby's just over half.
So, I'll walk over to Stabby and hand him a stim pack.
Oh, no, don't just hand stim packs. So stim packs, it's in a good a time as any to bring that up.
I have to roll it, right? Okay, medicine.
Well, no,
right.
stim packs are generally used for like in combat healing because it's immediate. You can use them when you're doing like a medicine roll after combat, but those are best saved for in combat healing. What you want to do is a medical
First aid kit.
support action with your first aid kit, which is not a consumable. It's just something you can use.
Oh, it's not consumable. I can use
Correct.
it for medicine.
Yes. So why don't you, if Stabby allows you to, make a medicine roll.
I trust the Vault Dweller more than I trust a robot, so yeah.
Okay.
What's it on medicine and?
So you're going to roll intelligence plus medicine to treat or to do some healing. Let's see.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you can administer healing. Oh no, I guess you do have to use a stim pack. Hang on, wait a second. Oh no. Yeah, so just it plus medicine. You heal a number of HP equal to your rank in the medicine skill, with an additional 1 HP for each AP you spent. You failed though?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to spend a luck point? Re-roll one?
Wow, Derek, you're just as good as healing as Churchill is. That's amazing.
I don't have many, but I want to heal Stabby because she's been a teammate. I am going to spend a luck point and re-roll one of them.
Here comes a 1. Nope, not quite.
Sorry, folks.
Okay, so you try, but unfortunately you weren't able to help. You could offer him your stim pack if you wanted to. He might also have some healing. I don't know what Stabby is carrying off the top of my head.
Stuffing.
Food is also a good way to heal. Eating always provides healing. But obviously it's take time. You're not just going to, in the middle of a fight, pull out a hunk of meat and start chewing on it. Jim might, but...
Yeah, I was almost saying, yeah.
And I hand him a stim pack. Is a stim pack simpler? You just jab it into yourself, or is that a medicine roll too?
So you can use it like that, and in which case it just heals 4. But you can also use a stim pack as a part of a first aid major action, and it can do 4 and more.
So it's guaranteed 4, but possibly more with the first aid roll.
No, but if Derek already did a first aid, could another character try first aid?
Not on the same person, no.
Okay.
Good thought. You could try and do first aid on somebody else. I mean, there are some other people.
I can try and do first aid on myself now.
You could, yeah.
Okay, I'll try that. I'm quite hard to.
Nope.
Where
have all the good rolls gone?
The worst.
It's a really good question.
Where have all the good rolls gone?
In that case, I'm just
going to be any more raiders coming out of the courthouse.
Just going to jab myself in stim pack and take 4 then.
Okay. As I said, there's some bodies laying around. If we were playing a longer session or a longer term game, you would probably want to check the raiders and maybe try to harvest some meat from the mole rats and because there were 2 mole rats that were killed, and the
Churchill would harvest the meat from the raiders, but
and the raiders, yes.
Sure.
So good meat.
The raiders. But looks like the raiders came out of the rear entrance, or what would actually be the front entrance of the courthouse. You want to go check it out?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Are we going to be stealthy at all as we go in, or are we just going to walk in ready for anything?
We are kings of this domain.
Well, some of us might be stealthy, but it's hard to be stealthy with a big hunk of meat like Big Jim here.
Right.
Stealthy? Have you ever heard of Nightkin?
For the record, I jabbed a stim pack into myself and took the auto 4, and I hand one to Stabby as well. Stabby, you've got a stim pack now.
Yeah, I've put it in my inventory.
Okay, I've got 1 left.
Okay.
I just an auto 4, Brian, right?
What's that?
Auto 4 hit points.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just 4. If you just administer the stim pack on its own, you just heal 4.
What was my starting hit points? Because I'm a little confused. Should I have maximum 12 with the +2 or maximum 10 with the +2?
No, your maximum currently is 10.
With the +2?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just need to tidy this up.
All right. So let's bring up the courthouse. Hey, it worked. So you guys are, if you're heading towards the entrance that the raiders came out of, it's kind of over here. And the door is kind of just wide open. Looking into the main hall here, you can see that it kind of branches off into a couple of larger chambers. And although these here are doors, there's also some large enough holes in the walls. Looks like there's some kind of a larger space further down. None doors aren't necessarily have doors in them, but they're just kind of hanging off the hinges or on the ground completely. This place is totally ruined and trashed. And in fact, you can even see sunlight coming in from the roof in a couple of locations. The upper floors of this courthouse is not really well put together. But yeah, you can just, we don't need to use minis. You can just kind of indicate with your mouse if there's any areas that you want to check, or do you want to just kind of describe going through the courthouse and checking it out?
I was thinking if I was a kidnapped hostage teddy bear, where would I go hide? And that's what I'm going to look for.
Okay. So where do you think a kidnapped hostage teddy bear would go? Where do you think it would go of its own volition to hide?
I think it would try to find a big smackerel of honey.
That's where I think I'm going to be going. I'm going to try to...
No, I'm asking you.
I probably...
Be creative.
Probably under the blankets in one of the beds.
Under some blankets? Okay, so you're going to be looking for like a sleeping area of some kind? Okay. Anybody else looking for anything of import here in a courthouse? A ruined courthouse,
yes.
as much as it is?
The target that is on my note.
Yes. Guess I should pull out my notes too, huh?
And Churchill's looking for any more raiders to
Liza Hammond.
Yeah.
And more raiders, yes. So I will say that as you move forward, whatever you're doing, whether or not you're being stealthy or trying to be, or whether or not you're just kind of poking your head into the side rooms and whatnot, you do notice a couple of areas where it looks like maybe here they put together kind of a kitchen, as it were. Over here, it looks like at some point there were cages and kennels. There's a lot of blood on the floor in this room. What that means is up for you to decide. As raiders do, there's a lot of skulls everywhere. Couple of barrel fires to light the place at night. Some of them are still burning, some are burnt out for now. There's some bathrooms and closets. The rotunda is interesting. It looks like somebody has constructed like a stage or an altar of some kind, and there's a lectern on the stage. And as you enter, you get the sense that there is a hooded form seated on a stool at the lectern, but they're unmoving. Then, and by hooded, I mean like with like a cowl, not like somebody's pulled a black bag over their head. If you want to interact with that, you can, or we can move further in.
What size is the hooded figure? Teddy bear?
Well,
I know what a teddy bear is, right? We had them in the vault.
oh yeah, for sure. You didn't have any Comrade Chubbs in the vault,
No.
but yeah, you had like some Nuka Quantum bears and some other, various kinds. So, would you like to approach the hooded figure?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the closer you get to it, it is small. And as the rays of sunlight coming in through the broken rotunda kind of resolve the image in your mind, it looks like somebody has dressed a red teddy bear in like some little cobbled together like raider armor. It's got like a shoulder piece and a chest piece. It's got a fabric hood pulled up over it, and they've seated it on a stack of like old, burned out, kind of crusty books and file stacks from around the courthouse. They've seated it in front of this lectern. For what reason? Who knows?
That proves it. These raiders are all communists.
Chubbs.
It is a red bear. You assume that Comrade Chubbs is probably red.
So we should call out to him. Chubbs, we're here to save you. We'll return you to your proper master. Communists have masters, right?
We don't know about Chubbs.
No, I literally
don't know. Did Jim tell you?
Big Jim would have been saying Chubbs.
But
that's true.
We don't know about that we need to take him back because that was something Jim only did.
So, what do you want to do?
If I see it's a bear, then I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
Careful, Stabby. You should let Big Jim go for it. It might be trapped.
I'm not going for it. If I see it's a bear, I'm not interested.
Here's good scrap. Fabric, sometimes leather.
Yeah, but because it has armor on it and everything, I feel like, yeah, that's definitely a trap.
Big Jim, Jim's gonna go for it.
I'll take a few steps back when Big Jim is going to it.
Before Big Jim, do you want
Just in
me
case
to
it
check it out
explodes.
first? I mean, I'm very helpful, kept alive. I could check for traps and stuff for you, and then you don't have to. I can be useful.
So Jim just walks up and grabs the bear.
Yeah, he just looks at you saying that and just like, Chubb's mine.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, you pick up the bear, and there is kind of like a clatter and a spring of something. And it looks like he was seated on top of like a cram container kind of food. Think of like if you're familiar with Spam, it's Fallout's version of Spam.
Lucky. What a windfall.
And so yeah, the cram container and like a bottle opener falls to the ground next to it.
Here comes the kaboom.
Nice.
No, I mean it's a sealed cram container.
So I'll pick them up, and I will give them back. I will give them to Nasri, what's your character name? Jake.
Oh, Needsville.
Needsville.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Needsville.
I'll carry your food for you, and anytime you want food, you just tell me, and I'll give it to you. Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because I mean, I imagine that like, especially the can opener is so small in my hand, like just
Yeah.
You can even do it.
Would you like me to open it? for you
Don't
now?
worry, I can open it easy.
It's true. Cut off the top. So,
You know,
After-
I'm imagining the saw is probably missing a few teeth by this point and stuff. It's
oh, no, I
Take
feel
that
like
with a bit of bone and
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you
well, we've
do
just
use
been
it
harvesting
for-
outside, haven't we? So yeah,
Yeah, that's
Two
true.
bent teeth and that.
Might need
Yeah.
a bit of
might be a bit of blood all over Churchill as well.
it's it's a good accent color to the green of your chassis, right? So it's very Christmassy. While it's still fresh. Once it starts to dry and become more brown, it's not
I
quite
mean,
as
That
cheery.
dried up blood is good camouflage in this post-apocalyptic wasteland anyway.
So yeah, if you continue to kind of wander through the courthouse, it looks like by all rights, it looks like there were many, many more raiders here at some point. You see beds for, if you want to call them beds, anything from ratty sleeping bags to, dirty, stained mattresses. Yeah, even a couple of, kind of well put together beds, but not particularly clean linens. But there's probably beds for at least 30 or 40 people here. You only saw 4 come out. There are some supplies, a significant amount of supplies in one of the rooms that I'm sure the people of Gateway City would be very happy to help you make use of. Certainly more supplies than any of you would need individually or even be able to carry.
Nice.
Are there maybe a few landmines in those supplies?
Perhaps we should set up a station here. Take over the place. Make it running nicely.
No. I have another idea. We need to take out these bandits here, right? Let's put some landmines in their beds.
But there's no one in the beds. Why put landmines in the beds?
Because when they go to bed, they will sleep forever.
I think we already put them to sleep forever.
Indeed. They are dead.
4
Deceased.
or 5 bandits outside.
No.
These are over 40 beds, so there are more.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
we could use it to set up our own fortress here.
Even with the ones that you took down yesterday on your way to Gateway, because that was only yesterday, I'll remind you. That's still not enough for the number of beds and supplies that were in this place.
Exactly. So I want to take if there are here some landmines and place them on a few beds that the explosion would take out multiple beds, of course.
Right.
So that when they come back, they just sleep forever.
Okay.
But we won't get paid if we don't clear out all of the bandits now.
Well,
As
We need
you're,
them to come back.
It's
not getting
there are
paid
no
this
bandits.
There are no bandits, so they're cleared out. This is just a precaution when some of them come back that aren't here now.
But if they come back and we've been paid, that will be robbing the people of St. Louis.
I'm scavenging, Brian, but we don't need to talk about what I find. It's not important right now for the one shot.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of imagine that everybody is kind of keeping an eye out for loot as you're going through as well.
I don't
right?
think we
And
need to discuss it though.
That's something that if we were playing longer term, I would be preparing lists in between sessions to hand out to you, as rather than dealing with it as we play, because
Okay.
it's a pretty involved system.
So what you mean
But,
you'll have that prepared before our next session? Good.
Perhaps. So, yeah, like I said, beds for quite a lot. And what I will say is that Churchill, with his programming as a military bot, you're definitely getting the sense that someone with military training or rigor has been, because although the beds are not in great condition, they're very ordered, like a barracks. It's not what Stabby or Nitsul or even Big Jim, depending upon their experience, would have seen in a raider camp before. I mean, clearly raiders, yes, but it looks like someone higher up might be, might have more of a military background or have access to military tactics. I mean, you're not seeing any Brotherhood symbols anywhere. All the graffiti and whatnot all over the inside of this place is clearly for the Broken Crowns. But maybe they're being backed by the Brotherhood, I guess. It's
By the
possible.
who? The who?
Yeah, do you say Brotherhood out loud, Skun?
Never heard of them.
Well, if Churchill is saying that this might be like that, I would be like, sounds something like the Brotherhood would do.
So the Brotherhood is still kind of rare in these parts. Brotherhood is largely a West Coast organization, although there are a couple of arms. People argue whether or not how accurate to lore that is, but there are a couple of arms that have made it this far east. Whether or not there's a strong presence in and around the capital or the Gateway Luis land, I would say that you've probably not seen any. You've heard of them. You've heard people talk about them, particularly back west. So you're aware of them, but it's not. You've never seen any camps. You've seen power armor, but you've never seen like a Brotherhood Paladin or anything like that. Most of the power armor you've seen in this parts is being controlled by raiders, actually. They've kind of cobbled them together and got them working. So, as you're looking around, we'll say that since Oliver mentioned kind of scavenging, you do come across a holotape that is just kind of sitting out on one of the the side tables in one of the rooms.
Pip-Boy will play that.
It will.
I wonder if Big Jim eats holotapes.
So,
And it's Red Rocket. That was the game name, right?
It's
so you plug in the holotape, and there's some static for a minute, and you're hearing like faint bits of some kind of, sounds like a pre-war report. But it cuts off very quickly, like it's been recorded over, and a voice comes on. It sounds like a personal journal, and they're saying something about getting the crowns into order, making sure that their ranks are being filled out by survivors they can find around the area that are less scrupulous than the people of Gateway City. They talk about how they've been hoarding supplies, getting the courthouse ready, but then how they're going to move to some place called the Coliseum. And as they discuss all these logistical bits of information, and there's numbers there, again implying a very large force, you hear them talk about making a stand against some enemy from the north. And when they sign off as Liza Hammond.
Yeah, we need to go there.
Wasn't that the name on the note that we had?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
I think I don't want the job that I was supposed to get now.
So there's too much here for you to haul back to Gateway City. You're going to have to take some time and head back to the city and let them know that the siege has been broken. As you do so...
yeah, we are going back because we need to go back in time to get a reward.
Yeah, I mean... It's
that Churchill has so friendly made shorter time of.
So you meet up with Riggs, and he is kind of incredulous at first, but you tell him what you found, and he puts a party together to go back with you and kind of clear the place out and, make do with what they can of everything there. Do you warn them about the mines you left in the beds?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We'll make sure to steer clear of those. And,
the mines are just for stragglers that come back.
So later that day, one of the group that he sent over comes back and verifies everything that you've said. The place is empty. Lots of supplies for the taking. He assures you that you're going to get your pick of the loot, but obviously there's more than any of you individually can carry. And with that, he looks at Big Jim and says, mostly more than any of you can carry. It's like, so we'll take the rest and be glad of it. You'd be helping a lot of people here. And he walks over to Churchill and pulls out a small container that he has. It's like a mason jar, and it's full of caps. And he hands it to you. He's like, as promised, 45 caps.
What about the sale of all the found equipment?
As I said,
they can have all the stuff, can't they? We don't need it.
I believe we will give you a pick of what's
Shut
there,
up.
and then
Give me that.
And then we'll scavenge the rest.
I fired like 30 bullets. That costs more than this caps. What about our expenses? I'm like,
as I said,
expenses. Huh.
He said
I think you'll be able to restock yourself quite well, and we'll give you first pick of everything, but we'll take the rest. we can put it to good use here. And you'll be welcome here.
It will help many people, Nitzel. We should do this. It is the right thing to do. You know it. I know it.
100%.
Derek knows it.
Yes.
Even Husky knows it. And he's just a dog.
And at that, Husky barks and almost kind of nods his head.
Exactly.
Jim's going to lean
Okie
forward,
dokie.
stick out his hand. So, friend.
And
Friend.
and
Riggs.
I
Him saying he can, like, we're welcome back here. That's when that's when the hand comes out, friend. Like,
Yeah.
gonna
Riggs will
keep you
turn
to your
towards
word that I
you
can
and-
come back.
Nice.
and put his hand in your massive hand, and you can see him like getting ready to flinch as you close your hand around his, waiting for you to, well, maybe do something.
Give it a
But
wiggle.
are you gentle? Okay.
Yeah, gentle, but like it's not very often seen. Like, seen people do it, but doesn't fully understand it. So it's just the wiggle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's never really done up close, so he's seen it,
Right.
like, it's been seen from a distance, so he does see that the hands move. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, give it a wiggle.
So yeah, he says, yes, you're a friend. You're welcome here anytime. And, by the time everybody's back and making plans for tomorrow and heading back out to scavenge, with you all overseeing, of course, and taking the things that you need, the sun is setting. The arch stands in contrast as we pull back from the city of Gateway. Again, little more than hovels. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yay!
I want to find
Thank you.
the boy. Did I find the boy?
Oh yeah. So you find the boy and a little bit and hold out Comrade Chubbs to him because you have taken off. Well, I assume you've taken off the armor and everything, did you? Or are you just giving it to him? Okay. So
I went in looking for a teddy. That's the teddy. I don't
Yeah,
know that
that's fair.
it's wrong.
So yeah, he looks at him and he's like, "Oh, they dressed him up a bit. I kind of like it. Thanks. Hey, come here." And he like runs over to one of the hovels, and assuming you follow him, he comes back out, and he's got something wrapped in oilcloth that he hands to you.
I'll delicately try and open it.
I found that. I found this down by the river in one of the tunnels. I thought somebody like you might be able to use it. And you open it up, and it's it's essentially like a submachine gun. Double check my notes and make sure it's what kind of submachine gun it is. Yeah, it's just a submachine gun. So in Fallout, imagine like Tommy guns never quite went out of practice. So like the old kind of like mobster
Nice.
kind of Tommy gun is what a submachine gun is. And as you unwrap it, he's like, "Careful now, it's cold." And sure enough, as you touch it, it's almost freezing. Like Big Jim has been out in the winter before, and you've felt, you're pretty resilient, but you've felt maybe the beginnings of like frostbite before in your fingertips and in your toes. You've always recovered because, you're better than people. You're stronger, you're hardier.
Yeah.
But you felt it. And this kind of feels like that. And in fact, there's almost kind of a rhyme of frost and mist coming out of the barrel of the submachine gun. So, for those not in the know, later versions of Fallout introduce things called legendary items, which are basically like regular things, usually weapons and armor, but somehow they have like abilities. So this is a freezing submachine gun. When you're attacking somebody, you can spend a luck point to add the freeze damage effect. Whereas enemies hit by this attack will be frozen if the number of effects rolled are equal to or more than half of their endurance. Literally
is
freeze
cool.
them solid, and they can't take action.
Nice.
So yeah, gives that over to you and runs back into the hovel, just kind of holding on to Comrade Chubbs, Armored Chubbs now, as we'll call him, Raider Chubbs. And then he runs back out. He's already put Chubbs somewhere, and he just tries to wrap his arms around one of your massive tree trunk legs.
Yes.
Probably can't get all the way around, I would imagine. And just buries his face in your leg, and you can hear him like talking. There's like, and then he lets go and runs back into his hovel.
What
Bye.
a sweet and tender moment. What a sweet and tender game.